Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Dani, and today Crate.com talks with Atasha Hill, who works as a community engagement specialist at Child Crisis Arizona. And if you haven't heard of them yet, the Child Crisis Arizona provides children and youth in Arizona with a safe environment free from abuse and neglect. Remember, before we begin, that if you're new here to this podcast, just press subscribe on YouTube or in your podcast app. Hi, Atasha. Welcome to our podcast.
Hi, Danielle. It's nice to be here. Thank you for having us.
Oh, we are super happy to have you here. And I really want to begin by knowing more about your story. Uh, how did you begin actually working at Child Crisis, and what is the work that you're doing there?
How I began at Child Crisis is kind of funny. Well, not funny, but I worked in the financial aid industry and for a for-profit university for almost 12 years, and got a little burnt out and wanted something different. And I found Child Crisis Arizona. It had all of the things that I wanted to do. I still wanted to be somewhere working with finances, but I also knew that I really wanted to help people. So Child Crisis Arizona allowed me the opportunity to kind of meld the two, work in business and then work with children and families in need. So it was kind of just happenstance that I fell into this profession. What I do here is I'm a community engagement specialist, so I speak to the community. I do a lot of presentations and just bring the awareness of about Child Crisis Arizona, who we are, what we do, how people can get involved and help. Also, there's a lot of marketing aspect to that, as well as just bottom line fundraising. I'm part of the development team, and Child Crisis Arizona is about a $30 million organization, and we are responsible for raising half of that budget through philanthropy. So it's without the help of the community, we be able to have all of these programs that exist to help these children and families in need.
Wow, I can imagine, and it's a really big part of your revenue, and this is really interesting. And I'm actually glad to hear about your path because I feel like sometimes we struggle and we give ourselves too much to a job, and then sometimes the weight is just too much, and we don't know how to step it up, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's good to have this kind of story here as well. But now talking about Arizona, I am not a American, I'm Brazilian, and I think some of our audience is not American either. So what is the scenario that you're seeing in Arizona right now concerning like childhood and teenage lives on terms of crisis or any sort of issues that you're seeing right now?
Well, currently here in Arizona, because we're a local nonprofit in the city of Phoenix, Arizona, um, there's about 13,000 children currently in the foster care system, and that's pretty high for any state. So what we're seeing now is, especially because the pandemic hit, we're seeing a lot of cases that are getting missed. Children not being reported as abused or neglected because they're just not able to be found in the system. Right now, we're seeing a lot of families, hardworking, strong families that are suffering because of lack of resources. They've lost their jobs. They don't have the financial support that they need in order to just make ends meet to take care of their children and families. So, and then teens, you know, um, a lot of these teens are homeless, and we need help. We need to help those kiddos as well, because a lot of them are aging out of the foster care system. And what happens when you age out of the foster care system is there's not as many resources available to you as once you are in there. So a lot of these teens are haven't had all of the life skills that they were taught, that children like you and I with families were taught as kids. So they're going out there on their own and supposed to live life and be a productive member of society and have no idea on what that looks like or how to do it. So we're seeing a high homeless population with these teenagers as well. So Child Crisis Arizona, the organization, is an incredible organization. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased because I work here, is because we try to attack all of those issues. We want to keep our kids safe. We want to help families who really need it. And now that we brought our teens to the fold, we want to really catch those kiddos before they're out in society and have nowhere to go and no place to be. We want to be able to hold on to them and give them the resources, the life resources that they need in order to be young, successful adults.
Wow, thank you for painting such a clear picture for us. I think it was really easy to understand what a good role you have and the impact that you might have on those lives. And yes, I agree with you. It's a really high number. It's actually surprisingly shocking. I'm really shocked about this. And it's good to know that you guys are there and trying to help them out. But talking some specificities on the way that you work, because I know that Child Crisis has been working for over 40 years now, right? I think 45 something like.
years.
Yeah.
We're celebrating our 45th anniversary.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What are the programs that you have running to help out the situation right now?
Okay. So Child Crisis Arizona, we have a myriad of programs, several. I'll start with our residential programs because that's what we're most known for. And so these are our programs where children have been removed from their home due to abuse or neglect by the Department of Child Safety Services or sometimes tribal social services. And during this time, they don't have another relative to go to, or there's no foster family available for them to live with just yet. So the state deems these kiddos homeless for a period of time, and that's when they live with us, where we care for them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Everything that you can imagine a normal family providing for their children is what we provide our kiddos at Child Crisis Arizona. So we have our emergency placement services, which is for children ages 0 to 10, and they live in that space until the government can find them a more permanent place to live. We also have a group home for young men between the ages of 11 and 17. These children have usually disrupted several times through their foster care. And most of the time, these kiddos are with us until they age out of the system, until the age of 18. But there, we're providing them the love, the support that these young men need. So once they do turn the age of 18, they're ready to face what they need to face, whether it's they're going to go to college, trade school, anything like that. We also have our independent living program, which is part of our residential program, which that's a new program. We've had that for a year and a half. And these are for children, I call everybody children, but they're between the ages of 16 and 21. And basically, these kids are aging out of the foster care system or have aged out. And what I think is so special about this particular demographic of kids is once you're aged out of the system, you don't have that many resources available to you. These kids are making the conscious choice to say, okay, I still need additional help to get on my feet. And they're signing their rights back over to the state and saying, please give me this help. And at that point, the state is able to refer them to places like ours, and we're able to give them the help that they need: shelter, clothing, resources. We have a couple of kiddos that are in this particular program that are going to college. One's going to trade school. 5 just graduated high school last year. And we're able to give them the life skills and all of the different resources that they need to set them up for successful adulthood so they don't fall in the cracks like so many children do once they do age out of the system. We also have kids that live there that have children, teens with children. So we're taking care of them and helping them learn how to take care of their children as well. Now, that's just one program. We have so many other programs to mention. And once again, it's all designed to intervene when children need a safe place to be, but also to provide the resources to prevent it from happening in the first place. So we also have a large foster care and adoption program where we help families become licensed and registered parents to adopt children that are in need. That program is one of my favorite programs here at Child Crisis Arizona because our family support specialists really work with matching the right child to the right family and vice versa. So there's a thing called a disruption rate, which is basically how many times a child will move from home to home to home while they're in the foster care system. The average disruption rate in the States is about 12%. At Child Crisis Arizona, the disruption rate from a child who is placed in a home through our program is about 3%. Maybe even a little less now. But I have to attribute that to the fact that we do care a lot about where the child is being placed, how the child is being placed, making sure that that connection is there with that family so that child does not have to worry about having to move to another home. Those families are to take care of these kiddos for good. Our other program that we have, I'm telling you, it's a laundry list, but just work with me.
Go for it. Take your time. I'm loving it.
We also have our counseling program for foster teens, foster children between the ages of 0 to 17, which we have. We have also an early education program, which is another great program. This particular program is very special because we are helping the poorest zip codes in our community by providing their children with a quality early education to get the kiddos ready for kindergarten, because there's statistics that show that children who are successful in kindergarten in those early grade levels go on to be more successful in life, graduating high school, going on to college. So it's really important for us to catch these kiddos early. And the kids that mostly suffer from falling behind are our kiddos and families who are in the lower zip codes. So we provide preschool education, early Head Start education for little to no charge for families whose incomes are 100 to 200% below the federal poverty level. With this particular program, not only are we providing that education and that resource to the children, we're also helping families as well. Each child is set with a family support specialist, and at which point they are helping these families figure out whatever resources they need. Sometimes it's diapers, maybe it's formula. Sometimes it's, there's legal troubles within the family and we need legal assistance. So we have legal advisors that can come in and help families with that. Financial assistance. These families are hardworking families. They are required to either be going to school or have a full-time job while their children are in this program. And not only that, we want to make sure that they understand that there is a community here at Child Crisis Arizona, people that they can contact and communicate with if they ever need assistance. So there's even something like a parent PTA at the early education program to not only get the families invested in their child's education, but to get the families involved in community and understand that that is important too and is going to help them elevate and become successful families. So that program is an amazing program. It is also a 5-star program by a registration company here at in the state. It's called First Things First. Quality is a quality. I can't say that. I'm sorry. A quality assurance licensing agency here in the state that goes through all the preschools and checks us all out to see who's doing great and who's not. And for several years in a row, we've attained that 5-star quality rating. So not only are there these kiddos coming to school here and getting the education that they're needing, they're also getting a quality education at Child Crisis Arizona, which is amazing to be able to say, but also for the families to feel safe and comfortable knowing that their kiddos are coming to the right place to get the things that they need, and they can go off and go to school, go to work, feel safe that their kiddos are in a safe place. I'm telling you, there's we've got our education, foster care, our residential programs, counseling. Oh, we also have our family resources program, which our family resources program is amazing because this is where we're able to offer like different programs for families who need us, like workshops and classes. We offer these free of charge to anyone, anywhere, any country, any state, because these particular classes are also online as well as they're in person in the state. The cool thing about these classes, these are for families who are just wanting to learn more about child development. There's even some different like emotional behavioral classes and everything in between. I think one of my favorite classes was called Huffy Hippos, which is an anger management class for you toddlers, trying to teach your toddlers like proper behavioral techniques.
I love the name. I gotta say that hands down the best name I've ever heard.
It's an adorable name, but I'm gonna tell you what, it is not adorable watching a kid have a temper tantrum. So we just give all of those different life skills to families who need it, parents who are looking to learn that. One of them, a serious topic, excuse me, is one about drugs and how drug dealers are using social media to get to children, and what that looks like, and the different drugs that are out there now and then. Just all kinds of topics. I'm a father, single father of teenage girls, and now they want to date. Help me, please. Topics like that really really attack some serious issues at home. That families can get more information about and more resources on to be able to navigate their children through life, like parents have to do in a better way. And then finally, we have just acquired a distribution center in the Chandler city area, which is amazing because we're able to have all of these resources. I'm talking hygiene items, basic clothes like joggers, socks, underwear, things of that nature, that if there is a need, we are able to provide those to families that really have a need for that. Also, that particular program has a program called a destination diploma, where we specifically are helping homeless children in Chandler get through high school. A lot of these kiddos are couch surfing, just trying to get their way through high school, and then they're going to go to college or work or whatever it is they're going to do. This particular program provides kiddos with a stipend, providing that their grades are up to par, and we're able to supplement that by making sure the kids have what they need: fresh clothes, deodorant, shampoo, all of that stuff as well. So that resource distribution is amazing because we're able to offer that to our homeless kids in Chandler, but also to the families in our programs, and any families that are in transition in the Maricopa County can come there as well and get the resources that they need.
Wow, I'm really amazed by all of this. And I'm gonna tell you this, when I was checking like your website, which is childcrisisaz.org. As a non-American, I didn't read like Child Crisis Arizona. I kind of read Child Crisis like A to Z in my mind. But now, as you spoke, I thought I was right. This is Child Crisis A to Z. They cover everything. You guys
It
got
kind of
everything
is.
covered. It's amazing.
Yes, we do a lot, but once again, it's all at that core of our vision: safe kids, strong families. We want to keep our kids safe, but we know we cannot do that without the community. We can't do that without the buy-in of parents wanting to keep their kids safe too. So it's not it's not just about intervening. It's also about preventing. And that's why we exist. That's why we have all of these resources, is because we really want child abuse to end, and we want to fight poverty as well here in our community. So we got to do it all.
Well, absolutely. And it shows your commitment to your community. And in that point, what are the best ways for not just your community, but everybody listening to help you guys out, to help you keep going?
Well, there's one very simple way that everyone can help us out right now. Currently, Child Crisis Arizona has been in this competition with the Bashas Community Choice Charity Challenge, where we're trying to win $50,000 from this challenge. And the way that we do that is by people just going online to a link and voting for us. There are 5 rounds of voting, and we have to get through each round to advance. Right now, we just advanced to round 3, so we are in round 3 of voting at this Fascist Challenge. And this gives us the opportunity to win $50,000, which will allow us to kind of help fight food scarcity with the families here by supplementing the food resource costs that we have for our programs, and get families the food that they need. So if people will just go to our website, go to our Facebook, find that link, and just vote for Child Crisis Arizona as many times as you can. We we would love, love, love that. Once again, there are 5 rounds. We're in the 3rd round right now, but you can vote all the way up to September 18th. So please keep us in your mind for that, because that $50,000 can go a long way to help so many people. Another way is simply donate. We have a donation button on all of our platforms. So you can go to our website, childcrisisaz.org, hit the donate button, and that's going to support all of our programs as well. We have 2 events. We have one coming up October 26th. It's our annual fundraising luncheon. This is where we raise so much money for our programs and families in need. That is at the Arizona Biltmore on October 26th. Please join us. You can learn more about Child Crisis Arizona, who we are, what we do, what we plan to do for the future. It is our 45th year anniversary, so we will be celebrating there. Not only that, you can also donate in-kind services. Like I said, we have a resource distribution center that is also, what I didn't mention, one of the only diaper banks in the Southeast Valley of Arizona. So we can use large size diapers right now, baby wipes, hygiene products, underwear for teens. It's a big thing, I know, but we definitely do need things like that. We do ask that all items that are donated are brand new, but these items go such a long way for kiddos who really need them the most. And last but not least, well, actually not least, you can become a foster parent if that's something that moves your heart. Again, I may be biased because I work here, but I'm going to tell you, when it comes to our foster care and adoption agency, you're going to have the support that you need to be able to do this. So if it's on your heart, please check out one of our orientations for our website, find out when the next one is, and please check us out and see if fostering or adopting is the right thing for you. Once again, we have about 13,000 kiddos out here in the Valley that need a home. And if you can provide that, that would be incredible. And last but not least, spread awareness. Tell people about us. Let people know who we are and what we do. If you have anything on your heart that you'd like to help out with, something I didn't say, please check out our website, see if it's something you can do. And I am your community engagement specialist here at Child Crisis Arizona. So more than 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to be talking to me anyway. Call me, let me know. Let's partner up. We want to involve the community in helping us help these kiddos and families reach the potential that they can reach, because it does take a community to help out. And we don't do this alone. Like I said before, half of the support that we receive comes from philanthropy, and that is in in-kind gifts, that is in monetary donations, that is in your time volunteering. We don't get to do all of the great things that we get to do for these children and families. So yes, please get involved and let us know any way that you want to help. We're happy to partner with you to make that happen.
Wow, you heard her, people. Go to their website and check it out. You can find a lot of this information and more on their website. And we are going to provide you guys all the links that she mentioned here, both for voting or for the website. You can see it either on the description of this episode or on our website. All right. Thank you so much, Tasha. This was a wonderful talk. I loved talking to you.
It was fantastic talking to you too, Danielle. Thank you.
And for everybody listening, thank you always for being here. And if you enjoyed this episode, remember to press subscribe on YouTube or in your podcast app, because that shows the algorithm that this is an important conversation. And then more people can learn about the importance of the Child Crisis Arizona. Bye, and see you at the next episode.